Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down.
This week I thought we could have a big old catch up because we actually haven't had one of those on YouTube for probably about 2 years. So since I probably started doing YouTube again, maybe like a month ago, we haven't really sat down and like caught up on life. And I feel like I'm really craving just sitting down and just spilling my mind to you guys, because I feel like there's loads of little things that I really want to talk about when I'm doing like vlogs and stuff that obviously I end up not talking about because I don't want to make the vlog like 3 hours long. So I thought it'd be good to have like one of these videos every couple of months just to catch up on life and just chat about everything that is on my little mind. But yeah, for this video I thought we could have a little bit of a sit down whilst I get ready, because again I have never actually done a get ready with me. I do get a couple of questions on my makeup every so often, so I thought why not, let's just get ready whilst we're having a bit of a catch up. If any of you have like a night out you're going on, save this video for the night out so we can feel like we're getting ready together. I literally love watching people's videos whilst I'm getting ready so I don't feel so freaking lonely. But yeah, I'm actually really excited just to have a little bit of space to spill my brain, because I feel like so many things have just been piling up in my brain that I just feel like I need to talk to someone about. And who is it best to talk about to than all my best friends on the internet? Literally love you guys. So yeah, I've honestly been really excited to have this catch up literally all week. I'm literally getting ready for pretty much nothing. We are going to the gym, so technically I'm going to keep my makeup on for the gym, which, not gonna lie, I've started doing a lot recently. I think because I film in the gym quite a lot, I do like to have a little bit of makeup on so I feel a little bit more like human. But yeah, I'm still not the biggest fan of training with makeup on. I find it really just suffocates my skin. One thing I'm going to premise this video with is please do not judge the makeup sponges and makeup brushes. Yes, I have not washed them for about 5 years, and I was going to wash them for this video, but I was also just like, reality. I feel like my excuse of being a little bit of a gremlin with things is like, it's just the reality. Like, girl, actually clean your makeup brushes once in a while. The first thing I really want to touch upon, because I really feel like I need to get this off my brain, because I have not spoken about it to literally anybody, and I feel like there's no best time than today. But let's talk about social media, because girl, I feel like I'm struggling with it a lot at the moment. So I'm just going to do a little bit of like base skincare. I haven't actually done my skincare today, which I would normally do. I'm just feeling really lazy. But with social media at the moment, I just feel like I'm in such a creative rut, and I can't even explain what the rut is about. I don't know why I've randomly got in a rut. I feel like I'm just putting so much pressure on myself with social media at the moment that I've ended up just feeling so just like not inspired with anything. And I have said this to a couple of like my friends, and everyone says like, oh my god, no, like you can't tell at all, which I guess is a good thing. But I just feel like I am like in a ditch of I have no ideas. I feel so uncreative, and obviously that is one of the most stressful things ever, when your job is to be creative. But yeah, I feel like I put so much pressure on myself to think of like a new idea every single day, and to constantly be like making something different, to be doing something different. And I quite honestly spend so much time thinking of video ideas. Also, we just use some hyaluronic acid. I can't tell if I like the Bondi Sands one or not, but when I went to go to Boots, I couldn't find any other one. So we're kind of going with this one. I'm not sure, it's kind of like a jelly formula. I'm kind of used to like a serum formula, but it works, it does her job. Also, I have really bad ADHD, so if the conversations just keep going here, there and everywhere, that is literally just my brain, and that is just how my brain works. But yeah, I feel like I put so much pressure on myself day in, day out to think of new video ideas, and I get so annoyed with myself that like not every day I can think of something different, and I end up copying like a video I've done before or anything like that. Like, I just feel like I'm putting myself in such like a stressed out space. Say for example today, I know I'm going to the gym, so like obviously quite a lot of my content I film at the gym, and I have no idea of what the hell to film. Like, genuinely no clue. And I feel like I'm really just stressing myself out. Like, I feel like I've given myself my anxiety back. Like, if you've been here for a long time, I basically used to be on like antidepressant slash anti-anxiety medication for my anxiety slash depression, because my anxiety was so bad that it quite literally like gave me depression, because I was just putting myself in this pit all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I'm giving myself that back. We've just started the video, girl. I don't know why we started off with this topic, because like low-key kind of deep, but like I'm giving myself such bad anxiety, because every single day I wake up and I'm like, what can I do different? What can I post that's different? And it's so funny because like from the outside, people are probably looking like, oh my god, she's doing so well, she's smashing it. Like, obviously in the past couple of months on Instagram, my account has grown so much. Like, guys, we're talking like, I've gained like 300,000 people, which is insane to me, and forever grateful. Still have no idea why anyone watched my videos. Like, it's one of those things I'm like, why are there so many people watching me? Like, I just get my belly out on the internet every so often, is how I kind of see it. And I just don't get why people follow me, because whenever I post, I just feel like I'm talking to like 10 people, which I really love, and I hope I never get rid of that vibe, because I genuinely just love being able to just jump on my stories and be able to just talk like I'm talking to like my close friends. I sometimes feel like I deep how many people watch my stuff sometimes, and it actually really stresses my brain out, like, because I'm like, oh my god, this many people are actually seeing the stuff I'm putting out, and it makes me just kind of spiral sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. And I think from growing a lot, like these days in comparison to like last year, I feel like I'm putting so much more pressure on myself to put such good stuff out, and as I said, it's just stressing my brain out. Also, if you have not tried this moisturizer from Primark, I've put every single person I know on it. It's the best thing ever, and it's actually a dupe for this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I have this, I like it, but it has a really strange orange smell. Like, I don't like scented products for my face. I feel like it's just like burning my face. And this is literally one of the only moisturizers I can use, right? I have really bad like dry skin / eczema all over my face, and I'm obsessed with that stuff. Also, whilst we're still getting ready, I need to give a little bit of like a product info list. I will try and leave all the products down below as well if anyone is looking and thinking, girl, I need that. Because I really hate when I'm watching a Get Ready With Me and people don't tag the products. I'm like, please, I want to buy that, but I've got no idea what to type onto the internet. But one thing I've really struggled with my SPFs is I am probably the sweatiest person you'll ever meet. Like, every single person that knows me will vouch for that. Like, I literally sweat like no tomorrow. It's like a gene in my family. Everyone's the exact same. But one thing I've really struggled with SPF, I've probably tried about 10 now, and all of them, whenever I sweat, the tiniest bit go in my eyes and it ruins my day because my eyes are stinging all day. But this one, I'm pretty sure it said on the packaging it eliminates eye burn, so I was like, right, I'm gonna buy some, and it's so good. Like, I really like it. So if you are looking for a good SPF that isn't gonna burn your eyes, then 10 out of 10 recommend, because I literally just stopped wearing SPF because I was like, I physically cannot put my face and my eyes in this much pain all the time. But yeah, going back to social media front, I feel like we're gonna get really like distracted talking about like the products and then like what I'm trying to talk about as well. But yeah, I feel like it's just such a strange job in the fact that, say for example, if you were at your work, like obviously my old job and everything like that, other people don't see how well you're doing and can't like measure your performance and stuff like that. But I feel like on social media, if someone wants to see how well you are doing at your job, they can literally just click on your profile, and I find that so overwhelming sometimes. I just feel like I'm really struggling with like content ideas. I just feel really just like not inspired. I don't know if it's come from the fact that I'm going away in a couple of weeks and I just think, oh my god, I cannot wait to be in a bikini. Like, I genuinely feel like my account / my content really thrives in summer months, and like when I can go on holiday and be in a bikini, like I just really feel like that's when I thrive as a human. My content thrives because I'm thriving. So I genuinely always find, like, I've been doing social media for like 4 years now, I always find the winter months so difficult, like so difficult to get around, purely because like I feel so uninspired. I just feel like whenever I go on my page, everything looks so similar. I don't know, I feel like with the genre of content I do, there's only so many places I can film when it is freezing cold outside. But yeah, I think because I know I'm going away in like 2 weeks time, guys, we're not even going to speak about that right now because I literally had a breakdown last night. I started crying last night about this like trip that I'm going on. I feel like because I know I'm going away, I know I'm going to be in like a hotter place. I feel like now I'm like somewhere colder and I know that I'm going somewhere hotter, if that makes sense. I just feel really uninspired because I'm like, get me away. I know exactly what I'm going to be filming. Everything's going to be so good then. Also, quickly with these brows, I wanted to make sure we touched on this because I actually will say this with my chest. I hated this product when I first got it. It's the Refi Brow, what's it called? Brow Sculpt. I genuinely despised it. Sorry, Jess, but really hated this product. But I actually laminated my brows like 2 weeks ago using this little kit from eBay. Again, I'll try and link it down below, but I literally had it sat in my cupboard. I used to laminate my brows all the time, like once a month, every single month for about 3 years. Completely forgot it existed, and I was like clearing out my drawer and I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot that existed. So I laminated them. And ever since I laminated my brows, I now am obsessed with this product. Obviously, I love a fluffy brow, and you shouldn't need to have to laminate your brows to make a product work. So I will say that with my chest. And now I have got laminated eyebrows, I'm obsessed with it. Like, I could not go a day without using this. But I will say that if you're looking at this like video thinking, oh my god, I really love fluffy brows, that product looks so good, let me tell you, I do not rate this when I don't have laminated brows. And if you do want to laminate your brows, that kit was literally like £8, I think. Like, I've had it for about 3 years. It does not go down. It lasts for literally ever. So if you do want like fluffy brows, get the kit. It's literally £8 and it kind of does it yourself, and you can kind of use any eyebrow gel and it will work. But yeah, I didn't want anyone to think like, oh my god, her brows look that good because of that product. Because I literally bought it because I watched somebody else use it and I hated it. So I don't want anybody to do that because I'm using it. Let me actually zoom you in a little bit so you can actually see my face a little bit more. Well, that is very up close and personal, but I feel like because we're doing makeup, you kind of need to see what is going on. But yeah, let's like touch on this holiday I'm going on, because guys, it is genuinely stressing me out to the max. Like, as I said, I quite literally sat and cried for about half an hour yesterday. Like, I was having nearly full-on mental breakdown because of it, because I am just so disorganized. This trip, I've literally not even got any excuse. Like, this trip has literally been in the works for like 2 months, so I'd known it was happening, and I just hadn't planned anything. I'd literally booked 1 out of like 5 flights that I need to book. I looked at the flight prices, they've all pretty much tripled since I booked it, but obviously I booked the one out there, so I need the other ones. In all honesty, if I hadn't already booked the first flight, I probably wouldn't go, purely because the amount of money, I don't even want to talk about it, like I would actually start crying, this is going to cost me, is insane. But it's like, it's going to be such a cool trip, but I just have not planned anything. Obviously, I'm really excited. Like, I'm so excited to go on this trip. It's one of those things that it's just come around so quickly, and I feel like I've blinked and all of a sudden I'm going away in less than 2 weeks. And have I planned anything? I haven't planned any of the things we're doing. I haven't booked any hotels, haven't booked any flights, haven't looked at like visas, Esters, anything like that. I have literally not looked at anything. All I have done is booked one singular flight. And I'm away for 2.5 weeks, and I've got no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what flights I need to get, and it's really stressing me out. So yesterday, whilst I was having the breakdown, I just sat and I booked the other main flights. There's 2 main flights and then like 3 smaller flights I need to get. So the ones that are like taking me over to the other side of the world and back from the other side of the world, I booked. But the ones that I need to like fly in between places, I haven't booked. So that is on my itinerary list for the next couple of days that I need to get sorted. But yeah, today is Thursday, so I'm pretty much setting the whole of Saturday aside just to plan and just get everything booked. But yeah, when you end up seeing the vlogs I post of me having hopefully the best time in the entire world, just remember I was sat here 2 weeks ago from when you're probably watching those vlogs, literally crying about the entire situation because I'm so disorganized and had not booked literally anything. But yeah, this goes to like another point that I really want to talk about, which is like kind of saying yes to literally anything. I think one thing that I've said to myself for the whole of this year is just flip and say yes. I'm not going to say the C word because YouTube does not like it, but the whole situation that happened for like 2 years and it made us all stay inside, that kind of ruined my mental health. I'm not gonna lie, like I used to be the most outgoing person you probably would ever meet. I literally was never at home. I used to go out all the time. I would be the first person to do absolutely anything. Like all my friends, if they ever wanted to do anything, they'd come to me knowing that I'd be the person to say yes to it. And I feel like I've really just lost that part of me. Like I feel like I've turned into this like homebody that never wants to leave her room. And as much as like that comes with like getting older, like you don't want to go out clubbing, everything, like you don't want to be out all the time, like you've got like, obviously I've got other priorities now, but I do think I have lost a huge part of like me, if that makes sense. The girl that would just book a trip across the world on her own and solo travel for a month and like not really think twice about it. Like I now am that person that whole trip is not going to happen because the thought of it stresses me out so much and I will never end up booking it. So this year I pretty much promised myself that I'm going to start doing things like that because I need to find that bit of myself again. And I feel like a lot of it I kind of hide behind my job. I'm not gonna lie, because I always think like, oh, I've got so much work to do, I'm always busy, like, and I'm the person that makes myself so busy. Like, I really do not need to be as busy as I am. I feel like I hide a lot of like my insecurities and the things that like I don't do behind, oh, I've just got to work more, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. I'm literally only 25 and I literally lost like 2-3 years of my 20s to sitting inside all the time. And I feel like I need to start like living again and start like getting my more like adventurous and my more like free self out instead of just being this like, I feel like I'm like a grandma in like a 20-year-old's body. So yeah, I basically said to myself, anything that comes up this year, I do not care how anxious I am, I don't care how much I'm scared of it, I'm doing it. Like that is one massive thing that I've like said to myself over the past couple of months, because I feel like over the last couple of years I've missed out on the coolest opportunities and just such fun things purely because I'm too scared. Like I know I joke about it a lot, but like public transport, for example, if anyone invites me anywhere that I know I need to get a train to, like I'm not as bad with like the train from like where I live to central London, I'm kind of like okay with that one, but any other trains, like planes, like my brain automatically goes into like fight or flight mode and it just thinks like, well, this bad thing's gonna happen, or this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, or this is gonna happen, and like I just start spiraling and think like it's not worth me going because all these things are gonna happen. Someone's gonna be sick on me, or like someone's gonna like do something to me, and I'm just petrified of going anywhere because of it. And obviously, this is actually a really deep video. I didn't really plan on it being this deep, but whatever. But yeah, obviously for like 2 years, I would say, I had therapy, and she always used to teach me that the only way you're going to get over your fears is by doing the fears. So the more I put off going on public transport, the more I put off getting trained, the more I put off going on planes on my own and everything like that, the deeper the issue is going to get inside my brain. Like if I actually just started flying across the world on my own now, instead of waiting for like, oh, I'll do it next year, maybe when I'm a bit more confident, this time next year I'm only going to be worse because I said no again and again and again, and I've proved to my brain that I'm safe staying at home. So basically, I'm trying to give myself my own exposure therapy, which just sounds ridiculous. Like, I know how silly it sounds in terms of public transport, but like, guys, I actually cannot tell you how much anxiety going on a train gives me. Like, it makes me want to like shrivel up and die. Like, I am the person, and it's such a bad habit that like I literally will, like once a month or so, I go to Birmingham for like shoots with Gymshark. It would literally take me about a third of the time to get there if I wasn't driving, but I physically cannot get on a train there. So every single time I do a 4-hour journey there, 4-hour journey back, when the journey should only realistically be taking me. Also, another Primark find, I think this is like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe. Stunning. So good. With like foundations, I just kind of pick up whatever's in the drawer and comes out first. That's kind of how I do my makeup. I just have so many different products that otherwise they just don't get used, and I feel like because I don't do my makeup that much, I don't really have favourites. But yeah, anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I feel like I would just save myself so much time, and the fact that I just will not do things because of my anxiety needs to stop. Like, I actually need to sort myself out. So I'm basically forcing myself to say yes to everything. So if someone says to me, we are going on a trip to Vietnam and you have to fly there on your own, I have to say yes. Like, I'm not letting myself say no. And the thought of it actually petrifies me, because like a lot of my friends now are very much like in a similar position to me. Like, we're already lucky, like we're self-employed, so we can kind of work from wherever in the world. So if like one of my friends turns around and says, we are going to Bali for a month, I'm forcing myself to say yes to it, because I'm never going to look back when I'm older and think, thank God I didn't go on that Bali trip because I was too scared to go on a plane. Do you know what I mean? So I'm basically forcing myself to say yes. And the trip that I'm going on in literally 2 weeks' time was the first thing that I had to say yes to. And I am quite literally petrified. Not gonna lie, petrified. Don't really want to tell you too much about the trip on this vlog, because obviously it's literally in 2 weeks' time, so you're gonna see and hear all, and I feel like it's more exciting if we leave it as kind of like a surprise. But yeah, the trip that I am going on, so I'm basically going to like 3 different places. The first place is like with an amazing company that basically has invited me to go on this trip, so I've had to pay for all my flights and everything like that, but the actual like first part of my trip is I'm working with a company. And when they messaged me, I was like, oh my God, I've promised myself that I'm going to say yes to absolutely everything, and I can't say no to this. And it's one of those things that I know fully well, if I said no, I would look back in the future and be like, was I crazy? Like, what the hell? Why would you say no to that? Like, the trip that I'm going on is the type of thing that like you guys will see. There is no way in hell I wouldn't regret it if I did say no. So I said yes, and basically there was like 5 other girls going, I think, maybe a couple more, and 2 of them were meant to be flying from London. And that like gave me a little bit of like peace of mind. I know that I'm gonna be like at least traveling with someone. Yeah, they're strangers, but like all of the flights are like connecting flights, and connecting flights are another thing that like terrify me, because what happens if I get off the flight and I just missed the second flight and I'm stranded forever? Like, that terrifies me. But again, it's something that I used to do when I was younger. Like, say Thailand on my own, I quite literally just got on a plane not really thinking anything of it and just hope for the best. Like, I just had like a very like happy-go-lucky mentality. Like, I never really like overthought anything, never really thought like what the negatives of going on these trips were, which now is like all my brain thinks. Also, we are currently using NARS, not actually sure what this is called, NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. Don't actually think I'd rebuy this, not gonna lie. And it's also, yes, I know it's the wrong colour for my skin, but I do not want to buy another foundation in a different colour purely because my skin is slightly lighter. Like, I will just make it work. I would say trust the process, but sometimes it still looks orange, but I'm not actually mad at that. But yeah, as I said, like, I literally used to fly anywhere and everywhere. Like, you would not be able to stop me. Like, what my one dream when I was younger was just to be able to get on a plane, fly wherever I wanted to, and work from wherever I wanted to, and not have to think twice about it. And now I literally have that as my job. I could do that whenever I wanted. I'm now not doing it, and I know that my younger self is probably sat there like, what on earth are you doing? Like, go and travel while you're at home. Like, go and work from wherever in the world. Like, be away for a whole year and just work and to just see the world. And I feel like I'm trying to get myself to that point that I could eventually like go away for a year and just like fly around different places and do that kind of thing. So yeah, this trip that I'm going on, as I said, is the first thing. And there was meant to be 2 girls going from London with me. And as I said, I'm terrified of connecting flights, but I was like, there was no direct flights there. So I was like, I'm gonna have to get a connecting flight, but I'll make sure I go with one of the other girls. So the 2 of us, and if anything happens, I'm not on my own because that terrifies me. And just so happens, I found out like a week ago that neither of the girls that were flying from London are going anymore. Obviously, absolutely fine. Like, you do you, girl, that's fine. Like, obviously, people have things come up, like, plans change, everything like that. But in my head, I was like, it's fine because I'm going to be with other people. And now I am quite literally going on like a 20+ hour flight on my own. Guys, the thought of it actually makes me want to start crying, but it's one of those things that I'm like, I know I'm going to be petrified of the entire situation. I'm probably going to hate it. If anything, I was thinking like, what would my therapist have said? And I know fully well she would have sat there and said to me, this is probably the best thing that could have happened because you wouldn't have booked that flight knowing you'd be on your own, but now you are on your own. This is forcing you to grow as a human. And I know I'm not going to miss the flight. I know I'm going to go, and I know it's going to be completely fine. And I do think it's probably the best thing to happen, purely because it's just, as I said before, like, it's exposure therapy. It's forcing myself to face the fear of going on my own. But just know, I am flipping terrified. But yeah, as soon as I am there, I know I'm going to be completely fine, which is the wild thing. It's just, I know my brain, but I just know the way there, not going to be good. As soon as I get to the place where other people are, I will be completely fine. So it's just facing the fear of getting on a flight, which is a very good fear to face, because then hopefully after this experience I'll build my confidence up and I'll be able to do it again in the future and be able to challenge myself again and go on holiday again, because I would love to get to the point of just being able to go and solo travel without having to worry about things. That is my whole thing. Just say yes to everything, and no matter how scared I am, I'm forcing myself to do it. I feel like on social media and stuff I probably like appear as the most like outgoing, like least anxious person in the entire world, but girl, I am like a ball of anxiety. This is why I do not go anywhere. I do not do anything on my own ever. I feel like I haven't actually given you the details of either of my concealers that I've just used, but we've got the Fenty Beauty one in the shade, got the Fenty Beauty one in the shade 107, and we also have the Lancome one in the shade 02W701. Fun. Oh no, it's shade 01. Making it complicated. Yeah, again, concealer is the type of thing, I have about 50 of them and I just reach for whatever comes out. So I'm not fussy or precious with my concealers. I just kind of reach for whatever comes out of the drawer first. But yeah, I do really like this Fenty Beauty one. I've been using it since I was like, since they came out. I don't know when they came out, but I've been using it for years and I love it. I can't remember where we got to, but yeah, I'm just forcing myself to say yes to every single little thing that I get offered, no matter how much it scares me, because I know future me is going to thank me. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Any sudden changes of plans really stress my brain out. So, because yeah, I just feel like I'm at the point now that I'm just allowing myself to be scared and just kind of going around and just trying to like go around the things that make me scared instead of like facing them. Like, I need to start feeling the fear and doing it anyway kind of vibe. I promise we'll go on to a topic that is a little bit like less deep, because bloody hell, I feel like these topics we've been speaking about, they're very heavy, aren't they? So we'll go on to something a little bit like lighter. Also, this is the Makeup by Mario contour stick. It's the Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in light medium. I do really like it, I'm not gonna lie. Especially for traveling, it's really good because obviously it has its own brush, so I'm then not having to pack another brush. And I do really like it. I think it's like a nice little slight bit of colour, so it makes it look a little bit less dead without making me look like orange. One thing I will say, this looked so bad when I had fake tan on. Oh my god. When I went out on my like night out for my birthday in my last vlog you would have seen, I tried to use this and it literally ruined my whole makeup. I had to redo my whole base again because it made me look so unwell, because obviously my foundation was so much darker, so it was just giving grey. But when I've got my normal foundation and we are giving pale pasty girl, which is what I am, it actually looks quite good. Shall we quickly talk about, I feel like one thing that I keep on bringing up in all of my videos at the moment is my Invisalign, and I feel like we haven't like really been able to sit down and like talk about it, because it's something that just takes up so much time to talk about, but I actually do really want to like touch upon it. It's actually not Invisalign. I keep on calling it Invisalign and forgetting that it's not Invisalign. It's obviously, what are these things called? Retainers? Not retainers. Mouth guards. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically from a company called Diamond White. That's the company, Diamond Whites, and they very kindly gifted me it. And I was like, do my teeth really look that wonky? Invisible aligners, that is what they're called. But yeah, are my teeth that wonky to be getting gifted invisible aligners? But I was like, you know what? I actually kind of wanted them anyway. And what was actually really funny is I actually hadn't been to the dentist for about 10 years. And I went back to the dentist and I basically got fillings, everything like that. And the dentist actually said to me, have you ever thought of getting braces / Invisalign? And I was like, I already had braces for like 2 years of my life. So no, not really, didn't really think about it. But I had thought about getting the invisible ones, purely just because, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it here. That tooth has always really bothered me, and it's just one of those things that like I've tried to work on having the insecurity of it. And I kind of just like, I don't really think about it being there anymore. I just kind of know it's there, and I kind of always get my photo taken from this side of my face without really thinking about it. It's just kind of like a natural reaction. And I was like, you know what? I will actually get them done. And yeah, so I had thought about getting it done, but the dentist basically said to me, so you actually kind of need it. And I was like, that's so much money. That is so expensive. And the traditional Invisalign from like the dentist is what, like £4,000? £4,000 for some plastic things. That's insane. But she basically said to me, like, obviously, as I hadn't been wearing my retainer, my teeth have obviously gone back, as we can tell. She basically said to me, if you do not get this sorted, your teeth are only going to move more. And because of the way that my teeth are, where they overlap, they also, can you see? They also overlap at the bottom. She was basically saying, like, it makes it so difficult for me to brush them. And it basically means I'm getting, like, loads of plaque, like, stuck by them. And she basically said, like, whilst you're getting, like, food stuck in there and, like, your plaque's building up there, it's making it quite unhealthy for, like, your mouth. And, like, your teeth are only going to get worse. So the overcrowding's going to get worse. And, like, the plaque's going to get worse, and obviously none of that is good for my teeth. So she basically just said, like, I would really recommend you think about getting that done. And then like a week later, Diamond Whites actually reached out to me and they were like, oh, do you want to work together? I was like, oh my god, the timing is sensational. So it is actually pretty much for medical reasons, but I'm not gonna lie, not mad at the fact that I'm gonna have straighter teeth. Very happy with that result. I was like, you know what, we're gonna take it whilst we can get it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm currently got my second pair of aligners in last week, no, 2 weeks ago, and yeah, they're actually really easy to keep in every day. Like, I'm finding them quite easy to deal with. I bought like a professional cleaning system for them because in the first like week, they just did not, there was like a stench to them, as gross as that is, that just would not go away. And I was like, right, I actually really need some professional cleaning stuff for these because I cannot get them clean no matter what I do. So I did buy some professional cleaning stuff, which actually seems to be working a charm. But yeah, I do think I'm ready for the third set. So there's 10 sets altogether, and I feel like I kind of know when it's ready for the next one because these don't hurt my teeth anymore. They kind of just sit there. So I feel like if I put the next one down, we would be basically all good to go. But yeah, that is how that is going. I feel like I haven't really got many updates on it. I'm obviously still only on my second set, so I haven't seen too much difference in terms of my teeth moving, but obviously it's a really slow process. I have literally got a hygienist appointment after this video, and so it literally looks like I'm doing like makeup to go to my dentist hygienist appointment. But yeah, absolutely hate going to the dentist. The last time I actually went to the dentist, fun fact, I literally drove 4 hours because one of my friends is a dentist, but she lives in Wales. So I actually drove all the way to Wales to get my fillings done because I was like, I do not trust the dentist that I personally go to. Because obviously I'd only been to that dentist once because the dentist that I used to go to basically kicked me off their list because I had not been for so long. They just removed me from the list. So I had to find a new dentist. And if there's one thing you know about me, I have severe trust issues in every single person. I think it comes from watching so many different murder documentaries, you know, like Ellen and Neil, Danielle Kirsty kind of vibes, like true crime documentaries. So I just have trust issues with every single person because I constantly think someone's trying to murder me, which is actually really a bad trait of mine. I need to get rid of that. But I can't stop watching murder documentaries. They're my favourite thing to watch. I find them so interesting. My matches just came. I literally thought I was going to miss the delivery again, and I was like, please no, please God no. Like, you know when you normally miss a delivery, they'll drop it off at like a random center to go and pick it up. Obviously it's a huge mattress, like, so I was like, what are they gonna do if I miss it for like the second day in a row? But thankfully that has not happened. I literally just spent the last 5 minutes trying to find the rest of my makeup. Obviously all the stuff's in here, but obviously whenever I go out and about, I always take some makeup with me to like touch it up. And I could not find this little bag of things for the life of me because I always have different bags for different days. So yeah, couldn't find it, but it was on my floor, so that's fun. Also, I will actually say, makeup wise, this stuff, don't even get me started, is to die for. If you are working, is this from L'Oreal? Where is this even from? It's so battered. If you work for L'Oreal, okay, I'm gonna need you to bring back the Nude Magique Cushion foundation. It is, I can't even tell you, it is my favourite thing ever, and it doesn't exist anymore. I remember I used to use this when I was really young, and when I was clearing out my makeup a couple of like months ago, I found it and I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot about this and how it transforms your makeup. The way that I use it, I'll do my normal like foundation and I kind of put it on the top to like blend everything in, and it just makes everything look so much better. But it doesn't exist anymore. And then I was literally frantically looking for it online and I saw it on Amazon in my shade. So I bought all of the stock that Amazon had. There was 5 of them. So that's why I've got a couple left. But as soon as they're out, I don't know what I'm going to do because it's literally one of my favourite things in the entire world. So if you do work for L'Oreal, can you please put in a favour for me to bring it back? Or if you have any random stock left over, send it my way because I'm literally obsessed with it. But yeah, if you ever somehow stumbled across this, 1, please tell me where you've stumbled across it. 2, buy it. It's literally to die for. But yeah, I can't remember where we got to. I feel like we're just going here, there and everywhere. But yeah, oh my god, one thing I did really want to show you guys. We'll have a little bit of like a break from the makeup for a sec. When I was in Lisbon, one of my best friends, Hannah, has this camera, and you probably are like, Ella, let me just zoom you out while we have a chat. But yeah, one of my best friends, Hannah, has this camera, and you're probably like, Ella, you're literally like 10 years late to this trend, and I know I am, but I always looked at it and I thought that's too expensive. But basically, I caved. Let me tell you, why did I not buy this 10 years ago? I do understand why I didn't buy it 10 years ago. It is a very expensive camera, but not gonna lie, I've always used a film camera, and basically my mum gave me her old one because obviously she's not using that anymore. She's like, this isn't even a fun thing, because obviously that was how she actually used to take photos. I think for our generation it's really cool because we just can take photos on our phone like no tomorrow. But obviously my mum, she's like, that's just so inconvenient. Why is anyone using a film camera still? That is so stupid. But I'm like, it's so fun, it's so cool. So I was using her film camera for like 5 years. I used to be able to buy a whole roll of film for like a £5. It's now about 20 quid for a whole roll of film. So I was working out. By the time I got the film process, bought the film, everything like that, it was costing me about £2 per photo. And then whenever I was drunk, I was just taking about 50 photos and they'd just be really crap. So I stopped letting myself use it. But now we're obviously out of those drunken days. I probably drink about 3 times a year. I got myself this. And I only got it, I literally got it on such a whim. When we were in Lisbon, Han basically had hers and I was so jealous. I was like, oh my god, I need this. This is the cutest thing in the entire world. So there was just a shop in Lisbon that had it and I was like, you know what? I really want one. Because when we went on holiday, where did we go? Zante, Zakynthos. Don't like saying Zante. Take away the party side, the party element to Zante, and it's beautiful. She had it there as well, and I was like, I need this camera. But I basically caved, and I wanted to show you, because it's literally probably my favourite thing in the entire worord. I feel like I've still got the novelty of it being new. I'm hoping it doesn't wear off, because one of my favourite things, like these are all the pictures I've taken in the last like month. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. Like a roll of film probably costs around like 70p per photo versus the £2 I was spending before, so it's still cheaper. But I just find it so cute, so I thought I'd just show you some of my photos from this month because they're honestly my favourite thing. And I basically bought myself a little Sharpie to like write on the photos, so I can like, obviously when I'm older, show my kids and stuff, I can look back and be like, oh, so this is me, and like, say for this one, I can be like, oh, this is me and Brooke, like, you know Auntie Brooke now kind of thing. But yeah, aren't they just so cute? And I've actually been using, obviously that's like a duplicate. This is the one that so I used Hannah's one in Zante, as I said, and that's the photo I got, and sorry, I look sensational and it's just so cute. That was one of the ones we did and it had weird exposure. But yeah, like, I've been taking it literally everywhere with me and it is just my favourite thing in the entire world. Like, is that not just the actual cutest little thing to just have? Oh, you can have a little sneak peek of my boyfriend. But what I love is that, like, you don't end up getting really fixated on how you look in the photo. Like, I know at the moment, there's my boyfriend, say hi. But yeah, obviously you don't get like too fixated on what you look like in the photo. And I feel like at the moment, so many people, like when you're taking photos and stuff, people get so bothered about, oh my god, I don't look good in that photo, oh, can we go again, like, didn't like that angle. But with that, you're just like, it's one and done, like, it's not that deep. And I really like it about that you don't end up then taking 50 million photos. It's kind of just like, this is capturing the actual moment and we're done with it. But yeah, thought I would show you that because I genuinely am obsessed with this little camera. I need to buy, I actually went on Amazon and I bought so much film for it because I was like, when I go on holiday, I need to have so much film. But I do think I need to buy some more because if I'm using it this much when I'm in London and there's not really anything going on, imagine when I'm actually on holiday, I'm going to need it so much more. But yeah, that's my new little hyperfixation. I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, anyway, let's get back into doing our makeup. Oh my goodness, right, I've got one makeup thing. But yeah, I was actually watching Holly Brooks on YouTube and she was my like final straw. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. And I've seen so many people talking about these Summer Fridays lip balms. Guys, I'm going to give out a very unpopular opinion. I do not rate them. That is coming from a lip balm girl through and through for the past, what, 15 years. I'm obsessed with lip balm. I've always had them all the time with me. When I was young, I used to have them in my school blazer, everything like that. I'm obsessed with lip balm. And this just does not hit. I bought 3 colours because I was like, everyone's raving about it. I know I'm going to love it. Let me buy 3 colours. Why? Like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. Like, I will use them. But the fact that I spent £22 on something that pretty much is a worse Vaseline makes me mad. One thing I will say though, Laneige, you are the GOAT. I love Laneige. I am like the definition. This is not even the majority of my collection because they're all in my handbags and stuff. But I am, can you even see how many there are? My camera's not focusing on it, but you can kind of see. But yeah, I am literally the definition of it. If I like it, I'll buy it in every single available flavour, taste, everything like that. And that is me with Laneige. And I think the issue was, if I hadn't tried this before trying the Summer Fridays one, I actually would have really liked this. But this lip balm, the best thing since sliced bread, I will tell you that now. But yeah, no hate Summer Fridays. I actually really like your other products, but something about this, I don't know if it was just overhyped, which like made me think it was going to be the most sensational thing, and it just was just like a normal lip balm is what ruined it for me. But yeah, so many people were saying how good it is, but if you want one, the Laneige one is the same price and it's so much better. You know, one thing I also really want to talk to you guys about, oh my god, I feel like I've been talking about this on my best friend's broadcast, what's it called? My broadcast on Instagram, Bestie Chats, that's what it's called. I've been talking about it non-stop. Also, we're using Huda Beauty setting powder. What's it called? Easy Bake in Pound Cake. Again, I feel like I'm going to keep saying this. It's not really a product I rate that much. I was on a shoot before and a girl was using it and she was literally singing its praises to the death. So I was like, right, I need to buy it. Like, she had a very different skin tone to me, so I couldn't use her one. So I was like, you know what, I'll buy it. Like, I was in the market for a new powder at the time anyway. And oh my god, I do not like it. I don't know if it's because I've just got really, really dry skin. But I genuinely feel like it dries my whole face out so much. But I'm the type of person, even if I don't like the product, I will be finishing it. I spent like £30 on that. It was like 2 years ago. As I said, I never do my makeup, but I have literally got a Laura Mercier. But yeah, this one, the Laura Mercier, the translucent powder, the normal one though, oh my god, the normal one is so good. One thing I did really regret, when I was also in the market for another setting powder, I saw they brought out this new powder from Laura Mercier called Ultra Blur. It's one with like the nude lid. I would show you it on, but it's got powder in it at the moment and it just kind of sits on my desk waiting to be used. Also do not like that one. I literally will the only powder I will recommend you that I'm like in love with is the OG Laura Mercier. And it's one of those things that I'm like, right, it wasn't broken. Why did I try to fix it? Because I've now bought 2 powders, spent like what, I don't even know how much powder it is, but like maybe like 60 quid on 2 powders that I don't even rate, and I'm having to use them despite not liking them. So yeah, if you are looking for powder, get the Laura Mercier one instead of the Huda Beauty one. I'm not gonna lie, unless you have a really oily face. I feel like if you had a really oily face, the Huda Beauty one would be to die for, just because it literally sucks up every bit of moisture in your skin. But as a girlie that's got quite dry skin, it doesn't really work too well for me, I'm not gonna lie. If I could just actually makes my face look a little bit dry, I probably should just like move on and give this to one of my friends and just take the L for it, but that's just not me as a person. I will just use it until it is gone. But yeah, the one thing I did really want to talk to you about, as I said, I've been talking about this non-stop on my best friend's story. Guys, the way this book not even messed with my brain, it just had my heartstrings pulled. Oh, one thing I will say, right, books are not my thing, right? You will not really ever see me reading a book. Like, I am not a book girly, so the fact that I have sat and read a whole book, I have probably not done that for actual years, since like the Colleen Hoover hype, I have not read a full book. So the fact that I actually sat and read this within about 2 weeks, for me is a near on miracle. Like, the fact that I actually got through a whole book, wow, that is how good it is. Like, I saw this on, I think it was Sophia Tuxford, on her like story. She legit every single day was talking. Sorry, I completely forgot to zoom you back in for makeup. But yeah, Sophia Tuxford literally every day was talking about it on her story. She was posting it on her TikTok, and I was like, right, I need to freaking read this book. Like, I just saw it as a sign from the world, and I bought it. And then my friend Em also bought it, and we were like, okay, we'll have our own little book club so we can like talk about this book together. And because we're both reading it, I feel like it gives me more motivation to actually like read it. But yeah, we both absolutely loved it. And Em as well is not a book girly. She again hasn't read since the Colleen Hoover trend. But yeah, honestly, I feel like it's becoming one of those books that's like really popular that you're gonna end up thinking it's giving Colleen Hoover part 2. And don't get me wrong, I flipping love the Colleen Hoover book. I've not got a bad word to say about her, but It's so good. And also, one thing that really put me off, like initially when I saw people talking about it, is the fact that it's a fantasy book. Do not let that put you off. It's so freaking good. Like, if I properly like read into it and like looked at like the storyline online, I would not have bought it. Like, I genuinely would not have bought it. I'm very much like either a thriller kind of girl or like a romantic kind of book girl. So I would not have bought the fantasy book that I just read, and it genuinely was the best thing that's ever happened to me. Obviously I finished this one. I have not got into this book yet. I don't know if it's because I've just had a very hectic last few weeks and I just haven't had the time to just sit down and read for a couple of hours, but I can't get into it. I'm literally on page 19 and I really need to start reading it a little bit, because everyone, when I say I put this book on my Instagram story, every single message, I probably got about 200 messages saying, just you wait for the next one, it's so much better, like it's literally the best book ever, it's my favourite book I've ever read. So I was like, right, this book is going to be sensational, but I need to get into it. And obviously Em's reading it, she's so much further ahead than me. I think she's literally on like chapter 10 or something, probably even further. But yeah, I just really need to get into it. I feel like, not gonna lie, I feel like starting YouTube is actually taking up so much of my time. I forgot how long it takes to edit a YouTube video, and obviously you guys are my priority. You are number one priority. So the time that I normally would be sitting in bed reading, I'm now editing a YouTube video. But I do really need to get into this. But if you are looking for a book that is recommended by me as a non-reader that literally hates reading, guys, I literally bought the whole box set because I was like, you know what, if I like it, as I said, I'll buy it in every single colour. So I need to know the whole storyline. But I was hooked to this book, like I could not put it down. I was the person that was literally sitting up until 4 AM because I could not put the book down. But 10 out of 10 recommend. If you're looking for a book, or if you're not even looking for a book, please, please, please get this. But yeah, oh my god, one thing as well that I've started doing every day, in fact this is another little thing I have really just not really caught anyone up on. I've started every single day, whenever I do my work, walking, right? So I basically got a walking pad that I have like in my, like, I don't even want to say office room, it makes it sound so glamorous. It's literally our spare room and it's got football wallpaper because it's my brother's old room from when he was like 5. It's always just been like this junk room that's like our spare room that just, where you don't know where to put something, you put it in there. And that's pretty much the room that I call my office. But yeah, my parents basically like cleared it out for me, and I basically turned it into like where I have my desk, and I just have it as a room that locks me away. As I said, I have really bad ADHD, so when I'm trying to work, I get so freaking distracted. So I basically just have my big computer where you are, and because it's my bedroom, I literally would get so distracted by 50 million things, I would never get any work done. So now, it's very useful because I have it in a different room, so I basically lock myself in there for however long I need to work for every single day, and do not have my phone in there with me, and I just get everything done. But ever since, like, so since the start of this week actually, so it's actually like, this is a very new addition to like my routine. Let me just do this lip liner, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to talk whilst I'm doing it. Oh no, I overlined it too much. Make it work. I feel like lip liner is kind of like doing eyeliner. Like if you mess it up, you just kind of make it work and match the other side, and then sometimes I make it look like I've got crazy big lips. She's not giving even at all. Also the lip liner is Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury. Not gonna lie, with lip liners, I pretty much always used Primark lip liners until about a month ago, and I was on a shoot and the woman that did my makeup used this, and I was like, you need to tell me where this is from because it's gorgeous. And ever since I've been actually using that, and I actually do really like it. I might put a little bit of blush. Oh, got hiccups. Oh no 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 no. That is no. Does it work? I don't think it works. I was trying to get it off, but it's too late. It's gonna have to work. You know what, whatever. And obviously, as I said before, top it with some Laneige lip balm. Oh, the smell of it as well. It's a berry one that I use. Obsessed. But yeah, I've literally completely forgotten what we were even talking about. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Treadmill. So I've started using this like walking pad. I don't want to say treadmill. It's like this thing that folds up to like really small in my office every single day. And every day, guys, I've been getting like 20,000 steps just whilst I'm doing my normal work that I would normally do sat down. I've actually found I'm 10 times more productive because in my brain I'm like, you're staying on this walking pad until you're finished with your work. So I end up literally doing so many steps. I've actually become so much more productive with my work because I'm not like just sat down like procrastinating, like looking up things on the internet. Like I actually am like, right, let's actually get this done so I can get off this treadmill ASAP. But oh my god, I love it. Like as I said, it's something that I'm hoping as a routine is gonna stick. Because one thing about like working for yourself, working at home, but yeah, one thing about like working for yourself, as I said, like working at home, my activity level half the time is so low. Obviously I do go to the gym every day like during the week, but like obviously weightlifting isn't really helping my cardiovascular fitness. So I felt like I did need to really start making that more of a priority this year. So I have started making that priority. My like main goal, like my fitness and like my cardiovascular fitness, like mainly in general, is just to be able to go on a run, like without it being a big deal. Like so many of my friends at the moment have been starting to go to like run clubs and like doing all these like really cool things, but like I'm terrified of going to a run club. I don't think I'm gonna be able to run 5k, not gonna lie. Like the amount of times I've been just like invited to these like run club events where it's like 5k, 10k, I don't think I'd be able to do that without having to like train for it. Obviously that probably sounds a little bit ridiculous. Like obviously I literally did a half marathon like what, like 5 months ago, but I just didn't keep up my running because obviously I got really injured when I was doing my half marathon. Then I kind of just like stopped doing it because I had to have like two months off for injury, and by the time I started going back, like I lost all my fitness, so I kind of just like gave up, which isn't really like a good mentality to have. But like weightlifting has always been my like the thing that I love. Doing the half marathon for me was like a kind of challenge myself, so I wasn't really that mad that I'd fallen out of love with running. But yeah, it was never something that I saw as like a major thing in my life anyway, so I wasn't really like that upset by it. But now I'm like, I kind of wish I could just go on like a 5k, go on a 10k without like thinking about it. So I think that's my current goal at the moment. So I'm just trying to get my cardiovascular fitness up, and obviously doing steps every day for like what, like 2-3 hours is going to really help with that. So by getting that and getting into a proper routine with that, which is fun. Yeah, that's my main thing at the moment. I do kind of really want to book a 10k race, I'm not gonna lie, because obviously when I was training for my half marathon, I did quite a lot of like 10k runs as like training runs and like just throughout the week, and I used to actually really enjoy 10ks. Like 5k I used to really dislike because it was like, I feel like there's a 5k as a distance, as soon as you've got into the run, it's done. First 5k I think of everyone is like the time that you're like getting into it, and then like once you've got past 5k you're like settled into the run a little bit. So I just felt like it like stopped prematurely. But 10k I used to think was always like my favourite distance. So I kind of want to get back into that and like start just being able to run a 10k even if it's like once a week. I kind of want to book myself a race so I like actually start doing it, because I feel like I've been saying this for the last like month and like not actually actioned a plan at all. So I think when I get back from holiday I actually might book a race, because I think the thing is like the holiday I'm going on, like it is quite literally not possible for me to run, which you'll understand why when you see where I'm going. But yeah, it's not possible for me to go on a run, annoyingly. So I haven't like wanted to like get into it to then like have to have like 2 weeks off of it and then get back into it again. So I think I'm just gonna like trial it when I get back, and the thought of it does absolutely terrify me. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually meant to be doing the London Marathon this year. I feel like I actually haven't said that online at all. But I literally had a space to do the London Marathon and I quit. And you know what? I'm actually not even mad to say that. I do feel like sometimes it comes with like, oh, like I've given up on myself, like I quit. Like I'm not even mad that I did. Like I would have actually hated every single portion of that training. Like it was not for me. It's something that I will stand and say that I would love to do a marathon within my lifetime, maybe in the next couple of years. But I think the half marathon, when training for it, I learned so much. I literally learned so much about myself, and I need to be a lot stricter on myself. Like if I didn't want to run, I didn't make myself run, and that is just how I am as a person when it comes to exercise. Purely because I actually do really love exercising. If there's ever a day that I don't want to exercise, I don't really feel like I need to force myself, because I know normally it's like my favorite part of the day. So you know what I mean? Like I don't really need to force myself. Like, but obviously that's the case with weightlifting. When it came to running, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say running's my favorite thing. I feel like on Instagram and social media, I only ever see all these people being like, I love running, running's the best thing ever. I'm sorry, I don't like running. I'll put that out there. Like it does give you amazing endorphins, it makes you feel good and all of that jazz. But I'm sorry, when I was training for my half, like it was literally so hot every single training session. If I didn't go out by like 7 AM, and let me tell you, I was not a 7 AM girly back then. Like I was waking up at like 9 at the earliest. I was literally having to run in 30-degree heat every single training session, and it just made it hell. And I just didn't enjoy it at all. So I definitely need to improve my like, I need to wake myself up at 6 AM and go and do my run at the very start of my day if I want to start doing a marathon. I think that's something that I need to like teach myself the discipline in. I think it's something I just, as I said, like I'm not practiced in discipline when it comes to exercise, purely because I don't really need discipline when it comes to gym, because I just love going. But yeah, I do think that me not doing the London Marathon was actually the biggest blessing in disguise, because I just know I would have hated every single second of that training plan, and I think I need to build my relationship up and learn how to love running before I do any races over 10k, because even like that half marathon, like I look back and I just know that was too much. So yeah, as I said, I'd love to do a 10k race. I might try and book one for like, I don't know when I want to book it though, because I kind of want to book it for before summer, but also that's really not a lot of training time, because I don't want to be training throughout summer. So It's something I need to think about, but I definitely do want to start running again. Also, the next step of my makeup routine, I know every single makeup artist is going to be like, girl, please stop doing that. I've been doing this since I was probably about 14 and I will not be stopped because I literally, can you see? There's nothing there. There's actually nothing there. Like even if I look up, they are so short, they are non-existent. So if I am not wearing fake eyelashes, I have to heat up my eyelash curler. Otherwise, mascara literally does nothing. And I'm not sorry. I'm actually really not sorry for it. So I'm gonna show you what I do. I have heard this is really bad for your like eyelashes, so no one come for me. I'm aware of it. I'm not telling you to do it, but this is just what I do, okay? This is just heating her up, okay? Okay, so obviously we're not gonna put this straight on our eyes because we're not silly and we know that it's hot and we're not gonna burn our eyes. So I like to wave it a little bit. Get her a little bit cooled down. And then we always have to test, okay? I'm not telling you to do this, I'm just telling you what I do. We always test it on our chin like that. If I can hold it on my chin, then it means that it's okay to go on my eye. And then I just squeeze it and hold it. And it's the only way I have found that actually gives me any kind of eyelash curl. Like literally look, I've got eyelashes. Everyone always says to me, oh my God, your eyelash is gonna fall out. I've been doing it for like 10 years now and my eyelashes have literally never, there was literally lipstick on my retainer. My eyelashes have never fallen out. My defense is if I don't do this, it looks like I've got no eyelashes. So if somehow they fall out, it will look like how they do anyway. So I may as well just heat the colour and curl them because the colour on its own doesn't do anything. I'm telling you, it doesn't do anything. And then we do this side again. I like to do each side twice. It works better, okay? That is all I have got to say. It just works so much better. Can't find my mascara now, so that is brilliant. We're gonna go in with the Lash Sensational. Always waterproof mascara, okay? I always use waterproof mascaras from Maybelline. I genuinely find Maybelline do the best mascaras. I've tried like higher mascaras and I will always just go back to Maybelline. Like every single time, their mascaras just hit so much better than any other brand. So Maybelline, love you, girl. Keep it up, sweetie. But yeah, honestly, if you do not use waterproof mascara and you're curling your eyelashes, then girl, you need to start using waterproof mascara because it actually holds the curl so much better. Like I will tell you, if I do the eyelashes the way that I do, but I don't use a waterproof mascara after, it does nothing. Like they will not stay. So make sure you're using waterproof mascara. And I always use like a cleansing balm to get my makeup off and it always takes the mascara off really easily. So if you struggle getting the waterproof mascara off, always just use a cleansing balm. I personally use the one from either Superfacialist Vitamin C Cleansing Oil, that gets it off really well, or I also use the Body Shop Cleansing Balm, the chamomile one. That one's really, they both do the job. I don't see any point in splurging and getting a more expensive one when they both do the job so well. I do also have the Clinique one and I'm not gonna lie, I do really like the Clinique one, but again, it's like 3 times the price of the Body Shop one. It does the same thing, so I just always get the Body Shop one. But yeah, I do like to try new products here and there, so I do sometimes switch it up. But yeah, look at the eyelashes, the difference. Obviously I need to clean up the mascara that's gone like on my eyelid. The difference, the actual difference. And I will say to you, this isn't me saying that this is the best mascara. Pretty much every single waterproof mascara does the same thing to me. Like, not gonna lie, it makes no difference to my eyelashes. What makes the difference is heating up the eyelash curler and actually making the eyelashes curly with a waterproof mascara. It doesn't really matter what waterproof mascara. But yeah, obviously I say it doesn't matter, but I've only ever used the Maybelline ones. So one I will actually tell you not to get, Maybelline love you girl, but I got this one, don't bother. Always get either Sky High, that's good if you want them like a little less clumpy, or Lash Sensational. I literally have used this one specifically for about 7 years and I never really tend to stray too much. So we finished both the eyelashes. I'm sorry, they just tie everything on my face together so well. I'm obsessed. But obviously other than my hair, I think we're done. Also, whilst I was off camera, I did add a little bit of this Too Faced blusher in Velvet Crush. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've spoken about Hannah in this video a lot, but yeah, again, something else she's influenced me to buy. I am obsessed. She had it when we were on holiday and I literally used it. I was like, I need to buy this, and I bought it the same day in Sephora. So obsessed with this. I feel like it literally just ties everything in. And I'm not really a blusher person. I was using, you can probably tell she is looking very crusty. I've hit pan. Blushes just last forever. I probably bought this about 5 years ago. I've literally been using that forever. And I feel like it wasn't really like doing that much. But now I'm using this one, I'm like, that is what blusher is meant to do to my face. But we've also topped up the like bronziness with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light bronzer. And I think one thing that has really changed up my makeup game recently is using lighter bronzers. I'm sorry, I do love, don't get me wrong, I do love a nice orangey bronzer. I do think it does look really slay in the summer, and I am obsessed with MAC Give Me Sun. That is literally one of my favourite bronzers ever. But it just does, it has not been working obviously in the winter months because I've got really pale skin. So ever since I've changed up to that like lighter bronzer, I do think it's made me look a little bit better and it's just made my makeup look better. But yeah, I'm not going to bother doing my hair because as I said, all we are doing this afternoon is going to the dentist and then it's not even going to be that bad. I don't know why I'm overthinking it. Like, it's literally just them cleaning my teeth, which I do think, because I'm wearing like retainers all the time, is going to be a good thing. And then we're just going to the gym, so I don't really need to do my hair because I'm literally probably just going to chuck it up like that whilst we're at the gym anyway. So I'm not going to put any heat on it because it's a little bit pointless. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually had a really good time. I really enjoyed just sitting here, chatting with you guys and just getting stuff off my chest and just talking about things that we normally don't have time to talk about because obviously Instagram, TikTok, we just don't have that much time when we're on there. No one's gonna be listening to me talking about my life stories for 10 minutes every single day. But yeah, it's actually been really nice to have a big old catch up, let a lot of things off my brain, and hopefully you found it interesting. If you have enjoyed it, please let me know. And I'm more than happy to make these like a regular video that we do, a little bit of like a monthly catch up, like my favorites for that month, everything like that kind of vibe, whilst we're sitting and getting ready together. Hopefully if you were getting ready with me, you did enjoy having a little bit of like a bestie chat whilst you were getting ready. It's one of my favourite things to do when I'm getting ready, just listening to someone talking. So hopefully if you were getting ready, you did enjoy hearing me spill my brain for the last like probably an hour for how long I've been speaking. As I said, please let me know if you want to see more content like this. I will obviously try and leave all of the makeup products down below linked as much as I can. Obviously there are probably going to be a couple of bits that are older than I would like to admit that may not even be a thing anymore, so I'll try and link as many things as I physically can because I do, as I said, I find it so annoying when I'm watching like a get ready with me and someone does not link the products because I'm like, I want to buy that but I don't know how to buy it, so I'll try and do my best at linking everything. But yeah, if you do have any questions on any of the products I use or any of the questions I asked or anything that I've said, please let me know down in the comments. But other than that, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. It will mean the absolute world. I'm literally loving YouTube so much at the moment, being able to have a space that we can have like longer chats and like you can just see a little bit more into my life and learn a little bit more about me is literally my favourite thing ever. So if you want to stick around and see a new video every single week, make sure you are subscribing. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. I will see you next Sunday for another one. But until then, I hope you have a fabulous week and I will speak to you very soon. I love you, bye! Mwah!